Oh, yes. Hello, hello, friends of Komodo platform, friends of Pirate Chain. Hello, pirates. I'm A. Giuliano. It is what day is it today? It's Wednesday, the 15th December candle. It's actually the 16th of December now in the wee hours of UTC time frame. But I'm here to talk about the 15th of December daily candle, the 4-hour time chart as well, and the next little bit here for Pirate Chain. Yeah, good day for Pirate Chain. Just a quick note, if you are not aware and you might be interested in testing a new game being developed using some Komodo platform technology, Tokel platform technology, lore of the Tokels. If you haven't heard of that, or even if you know of lore of the Tokels, check out the Tokel platform Discord in the lore of the Tokels channel. There is a call for people to simultaneously test the game and using specific operating systems and whatever. So if you are interested in something like that, it's on Saturday, this coming Saturday, which will be the 18th, is my understanding. So anyway, just check that out, Lore of the Tokels channel in the Tokel platform Discord if you're interested in testing out a game. All right, now on to the Pirate Chain price chart. That is right. I'm going to share the screen here. And what have we got? Well, on a day where there were a lot of bounces, we have a 40% bounce on the Pirate Chain price. That's quite nice, in fact. So what's going on here? Well, we had a big candle, about 40% in terms of bottom to top. And I want to show you a nice engulfing candle, engulfing the previous day, okay? And also basically reaching the price of the two previous days. So that is quite a strong candle close, although it did try and reach higher, but this downtrending resistance was respected. And yeah, this is a nice day, a nice candle. Now, fine, we did not complete this downtrending resistance. We are rejected by it. So what does this mean in the short to medium term? Well, the TLDR is watch out for this 3,500 Satoshis level on the cloud as a resistance, top of the Bollinger Band as a resistance. That might take a little bit of time though. And the thing is, before we even get here, what's going on here? Do we need a quick refresh? Sorry, folks. Let's just do this. Anyway, before we get up there, we might actually have to come down and make a low, whether it's a lower low or and forming some type of bullish divergence, or if it is a higher low, in which case we're showing a good sense of accumulation. Okay, so very nice. I think that bottom line is we will eventually come up and test this 20 period average. Maybe it's going to first come down and we're going to come down, and whether we go lower or whether we just stay here and go back and test and then maybe we'll get above. But at some point we're coming, oops, oh, come on. That's not good. What's going on today, friends? Anyway, we're either going to come and test this angle here, or we'll be lucky enough to make it up to that 3,500 level previously, or sorry, prior to that. So the other thought is, okay, we still haven't reached the uptrending support line. However, it's not necessary. Neither is going up. So we're going to see what ends up happening here. But at some point, here we are making relatively positive momentum. Now, in terms of time, this is smaller than this, but it's roughly around this. And yeah, it looks like there's definitely a good chance for Pirate Chain to make a move to the 3,000 Satoshi levels. Okay, and we're going to check that out on the 4-hour time frame. So I do want you to remember this 3,500 level. Okay, you got the cloud here, you got the top of the Bollinger Band here. And but what it does mean is we break above this downtrending resistance. Now it is a shorter term downtrending resistance coming back to the beginning of September, so the final quarter of the year. So this whole quarter, we were downtrending against this resistance, and so looking to break above it. So that's where everything stands if we look at it on a wider scale here, or sorry, a wider view. So there you go. So now we're going to jump into the 4-hour time frame, and we will come a little bit closer here. Come closer. Yeah, look at that. Look at that action. Good job, Pirate Chain price chart. And so on the 4-hour time frame, we came up, tested the top of the Bollinger Band. We even went above it, but definitely couldn't hold it. And we came around that area of the Ichimoku cloud. So I think these are considerable thoughts. And if you ask me, this on some fractal level, this whole thing here looks very much like the daily. We've got this top of the underside of the Ichimoku cloud, and it's veering down. And then we've got the top of the Bollinger Band nearby, and we've got this downtrending resistance. Well, the downtrending resistance isn't so much on the daily, but the Ichimoku cloud, Bollinger Band, and also the way the price was down at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, and then found its way higher to the top. I think that bodes well. And I mean, funny enough, I mean, I know that the previous candle here was a small green candle, nice turnaround candle. However, the previous two were reds, and this bullish candle engulfed one of them, but not quite both. But still, it's just that same vibe, that same feeling. Maybe we consolidate a bit and then go higher. So on the daily, maybe we consolidate 2-3 days and go higher. Maybe we just consolidate for 1 day and then go higher. Maybe the sentiment in all of the markets is to give that pump. If we look at other charts, they've all been just going straight down. So at some point you need to go higher, even if you go to make lower lows, or you need to go higher in order to make whether it's a lower high, that's fine, but you want to make that higher low. So either way. So that's the idea. And now I want to remind you about that 3,500 Satoshi's price. Now, firstly, there's tremendous resistance here. We've got firstly the Bollinger Bands, but I think coming back down here to test at this 20 period average level is totally suitable. And then being able to break through, that would be good. But yeah, you've got the Bollinger, you've got the Ichimoku, you've got the 200 period average. It's just a lot of stuff. But once you get out of there, I think the 3,500 level is your next region here. You know, you see like that. And then you got this, oops, you got a bit of this floor area here, floor area there. So yeah, I think, well, that by here you're at 3,600. So so here's your 3,500 around here. So yeah, so all of this type of action. So this is where we're coming next. I'm pretty convinced. I don't know when it's going to be. Maybe it needs to. I don't think we're going to make a lower low, especially on this 4-hour time frame. Not yet. First, I just don't. I don't think so. And even I'm just going to quickly go over to the daily to look at the RSI. Even this RSI was so deeply oversold, down to like 14. Never on this chart has it been so low. So I think that's very considerable. And so in that case, I mean, how do we make a bullish divergence on the RSI at this point? I don't think you do. You to have to go down that far, that's really rough momentum right there. So yeah, I don't think I'm looking for bullish divergence on the RSI anymore. Maybe we'll find some eventually on the MACD, but even then, that would mean the price has to come lower, and that would mean maybe we get into some positive momentum first, and that's possible. Like on a longer scale, maybe we do end up higher and then lower, and then off to the races in the 2022 timeframe. Okay. This being the beginning of 2022 right here. And, you know, by the time you're in February, maybe you're starting to look up. So, and that might make sense here, coming at it from this perspective, where this chart, it just went up so far and come back down. Even on a logarithmic scale, you can't really trace it. You can't catch it all on one screen. So yeah, I mean, whatever has to happen here and here, whatever has to happen here, I do see us at least by the beginning of January, we're gonna break out to the upside of this. To break down below this trend line is like, wow, that's huge. It's still, yeah, it could happen, but less likely, I opine. So yeah, at some point out from this trend line here, okay? But then it's like, well, what's gonna happen here? Maybe it's gonna hang out and then go above this trend line here. And maybe the hanging out involves touching it first and then rejecting, then finding a way through eventually. Whatever. Okay, that's a little bit future talk, and now we're talking, you know, spring of 2022. Hello, flowers. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at this on a 4-hour time frame. This is a daily chart. We'll go on to the 4-hour time frame, and I would like to just use a little bit of Fibonacci tools. So we're going to say, okay, we have this 20-period average here. How does that correlate with some Fibonacci retracement? We're going to go basically wick to wick. So let's get in there. By the way, thanks for watching. Share your comments, your likes, and all of that. Any feedback is welcome and appreciated. I look forward to a full year of 2022. We got the pirate chain, price charts, and more. Okay, so retracement tool. We'll go wick to wick for fun. And we'll say if we retrace back to this 20-period average, wow, that is very nicely confluencing with the 61.8. It's also a 2,000 Satoshis psychological level to hold. Now, having said that, I don't know if it needs to go back down that far. This could be right here, this price level here, could be enough. This 38.2 could be enough. It just could be that strong, no problem. Also, if we want to measure it from, let's say, the other lows, then we start saying, okay, fine. You know, a 61.8 at 2,000 Satoshis, why not? And it's not just about that time there. We are also, oops, looking all the way back here at the price action there. So, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Basically, I like this 61.8 level because even if it does come all the way back to down to the 2,000 Satoshi level, that's a 61.8 move. And so we could be looking at a 1-to-1 and maybe even a 1.618-to-1 relationship. So let's look at that, because, you know, coming down to a 61.8 is definitely a bullish support. If it has to come down below that, well, then you're kind of cleaning out a bit more, but at least you're bullish because you're making a higher low. Okay, and then of course worse would be, well, not worse necessarily, because the 886 does tend to be a very bullish retracement level. However, you know, if you want to, you know, shout outs to KMD. If you want to be like KMD, maybe you just go like 1, 2, 3, 6 or something like that. Below your lower, you know, your low, you make a lower low, and then you go for the next move. Anyway, that's just shout outs to Komodo platform KMD. Yeah, so just bottom line, this level here, 61.8% retracement, that's good, and that can give us an opportunity to look for a bullish extension. So let's go for that. Let's take the extension tool, and let's say we extend from bottom to top, wick to wick, and let's imagine it comes down to the 2,000 Satoshis level. Well, funny enough, that just gets us facing the 200 period moving average at a 1-to-1 move. And if we are looking at something more impulsive, that is trying to break back into the older territory of, oh, let's say roughly 2,800 Satoshis to, yeah, this 3,500 Satoshis level, anywhere in between, that would be a 1,618 move. And I think that's where, on a daily price chart, that is confluencing nicely with the Ichimoku cloud, top of the Bollinger Band. Okay, you see that? That's what I wanted to say. So yeah, right now the price is down here, but we are looking to make it up to 3,500 Satoshis, at least to 3,000 Satoshis. From here, that's another 25%. to the 3,000 and another 50% to the 1618 extension. So, and maybe it doesn't quite get there. Maybe it only reaches, well, maybe on a close. So I imagine a wick up top and then maybe a closing basis here around 33.50 or something like that. We'll see. So those are my thoughts on the Pirate Chain price chart. I hope that that's helpful. So that was again on a 4-hour time frame using the extension of this little impulsive move here. What looks like somewhat impulsive move here. So yeah, a 1-to-1, sorry, a 1-to-1 brings us 3,000. 1618 brings us to 3,500 satoshis, and then at that point we're fighting with these levels here. Okay, so yeah, look for 3,300 as a bit of a middle conservative factor. But then again, that this doesn't mean that that's where we're going right away. And yeah, my first guess is let's try and retrace this and hold this and then go higher. But maybe it needs to come back down further. It might just be what it is. Okay, I can't guarantee anything here, right? Nothing is none of this financial advice. Nothing is certain. But I mean, look, we just started making positive momentum on the 4-hour time frame. It's the highest positive momentum we've made since all the way back here in November. So basically a month ago. So yeah, give it a little bit of room to grow here. So there you go. So I do get the sense that we are moving higher, Pirates. Full speed ahead. Okay, excited to bring you this video, and I hope you're doing well. Look for the retracement and then the move higher. That's what we're looking for. But of course, potential to break down is still there. As in on the daily time frame, we haven't quite reached the 20-period moving average yet. But I guess I think that that's where we're going next. We're going to challenge it, but that might take the days, and then we might still get rejected by it at this downtrending resistance and all that. Okay, nice big green volume candle. Trying to clean out this negative momentum. We're moving relatively positive, trying to get into a more positive scenario. And there you have it, Pirates. Yeah, wishing you well. And so far, I mean, this weekly candle is not closed yet. And if it could be green, that would be priceless right there, because we are still a number of weeks away. Like if this thing just follows its own, how do you say, trajectory, like let's say it goes like, you know, we're looking until spring of 2022 before we, but having said that, this whole time, this is relatively positive momentum. Now, having said that, maybe it gives us a little bit of a more friendly maneuver. And then, yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to come from this. All right, Pirates. That's a weekly price chart. Let's find out. We have a few days left before that happens. But great candle here, December candle here, the 15th of December. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles in the December month, and they've all been just basically poverty-stricken candles here, not the green ones. So we finally have something to speak of. Alrighty, well, something big and green to speak of. Okay, Pirates, hope you're doing well. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I'm wishing you love, peace, and happiness, and smooth sailing. All right, good. Goodbye.